What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as y'all can see, we got my guy Chris on the screen. Chris, what's good with you, baby?
What's good with you, bro?
Lakers in 7. That's crazy. That's crazy. So we got to go game 7 the whole way through. That's tough, bro. That's tough. But I mean, look, that's interesting. That's interesting. Maybe we'll talk about it a little later on. Maybe we'll talk about it a little later on. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Listen here. We got Chris back on the screen looking nice. You know what I'm saying? You was looking a little cloudy earlier there, my boy. Like it was looking quite grainy. I'm like, damn, I hope it's not like that for the whole episode. That's tough. That's hurtful. And it's hurt too, because like the people who listen to this for the audio aspect aren't really going to understand the struggle I'm having to deal with on the editing aspect. It's like, it's tough. But you're back. I'm glad to see it. And I'm glad you're here because we got a lot to talk about for this division. So, it's a nice restart. So let's go ahead and restart with the Southwest Division. Now, I'm sorry. That's what we talked about last time. Northwest Division. Yep. Now, we got here some interesting teams. Now, another team we got to talk about, the Wolves, the T-Wolves. Mike Conley, right? Is he going to be the next Kyle Lowry? And when I make that statement, I mean because, well, Kyle Lowry is one older than Mike Conley. But Kyle Lowry, I feel like, got a little bit of a career resurgence when he left the Raptors and went to the Miami Heat. Because now, well, he was a big part on that Heat team getting back to the finals. I mean, they were quite stout with him coming off the bench, being a vital role this past season. But last season, want to say he started for them and was getting some quality production. Well, if you look at Lowry's production over the last 2 seasons, he brought in 12 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.3 blocks, and 42, 36, 85 splits over 118 games out of 164 games that he could have played. Mike Conley is giving you 13 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.2 steals, 0.3 blocks on 43, 40, 82 splits and he's played 139 out of 164 possible games over the last 2 seasons. He's 35 years old. So hearing those numbers, seeing Mike Conley and seeing what you saw from Kyle Lowry, also recognizing the fact that, hey, vets are actually a commodity in this league right now. So knowing that, does that bode well for someone like the Timberwolves thinking that Mike Conley is going to be the next Kyle Lowry? Because you have Anthony Edwards, who's probably about to take another jump in the NBA. You have Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, who are both playing with the chip on their shoulders this season, especially when you look at how much they take up in terms of contract space. So do you expect Mike Conley to play the way Kyle Lowry did over the last 2 seasons, and that'd be beneficial for the Wolves?
Bruh, that I was like sleeping on that question back and forth all night. And I love Conley.
Mm-hmm.
But want to put him as the next Kyle Lowry, that's tough.
I mean, but is it though? Because all right, so let's bring up. I mean, because again, when we say the next Kyle Lowry, I just want to reiterate, this is not talking about careers. I don't know why okay, great. So I'm not talking about careers. I'm literally just talking about overall the last 2 seasons. These two. Because remember, he played in Toronto. And so now these last 2 seasons, he starts 63 games out of 63. Next season, 55 games played, 44 he starts. And he's giving you solid production across the board. Remember, 13 year 1, 11 year 2 in terms of points. 7.5 assists year 1, 5 year 2. And this is off the bench essentially because towards the playoffs he was coming off the bench. But that's a solid role. If we're looking at, Mike Conley, I think Mike Conley might be a little bit more efficient. And remember, he got traded from Utah midseason to Minnesota. So without even really getting a full like off season to train with these boys, plus you get a little bit more experience, Karl-Anthony Towns. You get a little bit more experience, Anthony Edwards, a more hungrier Anthony Edwards, and a Rudy Gobert who has something to prove. I think Mike Conley could take on that Mike Lowry role. Or Kyle Lowry role. I'm sorry, not Mike Lowry. Kyle Lowry role. Same bad boys. And really help lead this Minnesota team. Be that savvy vet who also can play big minutes in certain moments, hit key shots in certain moments. And I think we're going to see a different Wolves, not because of Mike Conley, but partly because of Mike Conley. So that's why I say, is there a comparison between him and Kyle Lowry, specifically over the next 2 seasons? Do I say finals for the Wolves? Not necessarily. But from a leadership perspective, yeah, I can see that, especially when he bringing in about 20% of the cap this year. Like, yeah, you gotta bring in something, champ. Like, you got to. So that's why I'm saying I'm expecting to see a little bit of a boost out of Mike Conley. I expect to hear Mike Conley's name thrown about a couple times. So that's
I
my
agree. I agree with that.
okay. I got you. But I mean, ladies and gentlemen, that about covers the Western Conference. Chris, I don't know if you got anything else you wanted to add before we close up shop, but I greatly appreciate you, my boy. And as y'all know, y'all definitely see him. Y'all will see him up here again as well. Stay tuned for the Carter albums to drop. You know, we got that coming out of the way. So he got some EPs working on them right now, but we'll have it out coming soon before long. But Chris, do you have anything you want to say before we close up shop?
Once again, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you,
I
bro.
appreciate you. I appreciate you. Lakers in 7 is really aggressive, by the way. I just want to reiterate that. That's going to be a really gruesome, tiring playoffs. I'm tell you right now. But I mean, hey, maybe if we win the championship and we do it all in 7 games, maybe Braun retires. I don't know. We'll see how it shakes. But ladies and gentlemen, please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. Hope you all have a good one. Take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.